cheating, Fish. There's a command for that. Full stop. Fish understands as much as a fish understands, which is about as much as a dog understands. I wish I was thinking freeze frame. Oh, I see. I see now. Yeah, you are correct, Sean. You are correct. I am retarded. I have so many commands I don't even remember because no one uses them. I lost contact with you months ago. Nothing. No call, no text. Not even a stupid letter. Then when I haul my fat ass out here, have to check on you and half out of depression. What even is all this? This place is swarming with cosplay actors doing God knows what, and she had exited her samurai and was stomping around in her typical fashion when she was really upset. I was used to this, but when she doubled over and hurled, I got worried. Sis, I shouted, and my wives all rushed to surround her as well, with obvious concern. Maggie took a sniff and smiled. Oh, we're all going to be aunties. Well, except James. He'll be an uncle, I guess. She giggled a little. How did you know? Also, what do you mean you'll be aunties? Took Mary in for a hug. Sorry, I lost contact. It really wasn't my fault. Look around. See the ropes and how they just cut off in thin air? She looked and gasped. As to how Maggie knows, it's because her canine traits include better scenting abilities. There are absolutely no cosplayers here. Rules are different in our worlds. So all of us who are clustered around you, well, we're all his wives legally, stated Marta. I'm Marta, James's first wife, though I'm only a viscountess's daughter. Cora is a baroness's daughter. Nayla is an actual princess. And Karena, she's the daughter of a matriarch of the whole world that we're in right now. Heh, James wasn't wasting time either. Most of us are already pregnant too, so lots of babies are coming. Guess you're gonna be an auntie too. James, sweetheart, are you gonna introduce us to your sister or not? Gorgeous demanded, slightly petulant. Wait, are you saying that's an actual foxkin? Mary asked. Yes, Jean is indeed, exactly as she appears, stated Nayla. Tessa came in and gave Mary a hug. Enough talking here on the ground. Let's get you inside, and let you have something to drink to wash that awful taste out of your mouth. Mary looked gorgeous. What about you? Are you really green-skinned? Gorgias held her arm up and pressed the skin in, showing how it paled and regained its color, just like human skin did. Holy crap! Mary's wide eyes looked at me, trying to find the lie in what she was experiencing. So where's the father? I asked. Her face fell and tears started to fall. I hate to say this, but I hope he died in some tragic accident, because if not, I'm gonna be furious. She simply nodded. You're staying here then, at least for the time being. I'm guessing you sold or gave away everything you couldn't fit in your rig. Came here for a fresh start. She nodded again. Welcome home, sis, and I'm sorry. It was then that the foreman and her assistant came up to us. Sir Waldron, I'm sorry to interrupt what appears to be a family matter. I shook my head. Nonsense. I was intending to ask if the two of you would like to join the family anyway. I understand that you simply lack the time to make those sorts of arrangements yourself, and I'd love to have a drafting studio included in the treehouse anyway. So if there's even a slight chance you'll accept, then you may as well be included in the family matters right now. Goodness, well, I mean, how would I care for a baby while I'm working? Rana, too. I really do like the notion, but my work... I gestured to all my wives. Look around. You'd have all these sister wives perfectly capable of caring for your babies when you're working, and they give all the love the same as you would. It's literally a non-issue. It's your call, though. What's there to debate, Miley? Asked Rana. Like he said, we don't have time to find another man to breed us. And he's got all the support we'll need for our infants. I'm accepting. She smiled, with her tail and wings twitching. Miley blushed and nodded. I shall accept also. Still, we need your opinion on... I raised my hand. It's your house, too, as long as it doesn't harm the forest and satisfies all our needs. Probably not going to argue. Don't forget to add your drafting studio, as you have a place to work in peace. You know where all my remaining tabs are, correct? She nodded, dazed. Rana spoke next. Leave it to us, husband. We'll be in tonight to make this arrangement official. I gave them each a quick hug and kiss, then moved off to join the rest of the family. You're joining us for dinner, though. They smiled, still timid. When I entered the house, Mary turned in shock. You've adopted kids, too? I nodded. That I did. Gabby and Missa are the foxkin and catkin, respectively. And then there's Matt. He may seem normal to you and me, but in his home world, men act like our women did back in the medieval era. Him not wearing skirts, that's not normal there. So he's better off with me than with his grandmother, who won't let him be himself. Besides, I think he'll probably end up with Gabby and Missa when they're older. But only time will tell. Gabby and Missa both blushed, and Matt got a little flustered seeing this. Mary got mad. You jerk, don't say stuff like that in front of them. Just imagine how it was with... She trailed off, their loss too fresh. I took her in for a hug. Sorry, that was insensitive. Not even taking into account our folks, you three are gonna have a cousin fairly soon. Mary is expecting. The smile on Matt's face was priceless. And he giddily came to hug his aunt. Congratulations, Auntie. What's her name? It's my sister Mary. The only family I had left, but she lived far away. Things happened, and now she's come to live with us, at least for a while. Welcome home, Auntie Mary. Aunt Mary. Chimed both my girls. Congrats on the baby. We'll help however we can. Thanks, kids. I really do appreciate the warm welcome and the offer of help. I'm sorry if I don't act much like it, like your dad said. Things happened, and I'm still broken up about it. Gabby and Matt gave her a tighter squeeze. Missa refrained, her own loss too fresh in her mind. Why don't we get dinner started? I brought Chinese food and sushi. But I think we need more sides. I wasn't expecting to have 3 more at the table, let alone the half on top of that. What's a half person? Asked Missa. Mary giggled. He's talking about my baby, since they're going to eat from me. Since they're going to eat from me? Wait, what? Four? I don't know about that wording. That wording makes sound really fucking weird. I don't know, Sean. I know what you're trying to say, but I don't think it gives the right vibe. Say the pregnant women are eating for 2, regardless of how many babies might be inside at the time. From is correct. The baby eats through the umbilical cord. I know, but it sounds weird. That's just me, though. They're going to eat from me. It's just the image that it puts in my mind is fucking alien. I guess it is really weird. Yeah, it's true. It's true, Sean. That's perspective, right? That's the power of perspective. See, the pregnant women are eating for 2, regardless of how many babies might be inside at the time. Who knows? I might be eating for 5 or even more. Kinda hope not, because having multiple births can be challenging. So wait, he's got 9 wives, and each one can have up to 5 kids. So in like a year, he's gonna have like 35 fucking kids. That's fucking crazy. And that's how the world became 8 billion people 2,000 years. Even with the amount of people that fucking die. Tessa came up to give Mary a hug. I've got healing magic. I'll make sure you and however many babies you have are perfectly fine the whole way through. What are you talking about? There's beastkin. Why do you think they're limited to only 5? I was saying on average. I was like making an average, Sean, because some might have 2, some might have 7, some might have 9, some might have 5. So I figured 5 between 9 and about 35 would probably be like the average. You know, maybe one, like out of the 9 of them, there's like probably 2 litters that might have a stillborn in them, like realistically, right? Does that make sense? Let's just say the carpenter is probably going to be making some more cribs, despite having a 10-compartment crib already. Yeah, well, if he has 9 wives and each one gives birth to 1, that's 9. That's 1 extra crib. Then multiply that by 9 more. Then, yeah. Gonna need a lot of room. You wind up with like 60... You'd easily have 120 kids in like 3 years. That's crazy. Thank God you've technically two entire rulerships in order to like support them, right? Oh God, whoever thought about if you take 9 wives and 3 of those wives had triplets and now you have like 18 kids and you're like, fuck. This might have been a bad idea to have 9 wives. I don't even know. Now, if he has the other 3 wives, like, doesn't he have... I don't even know. I can't count them all. There's too many. Then with the kids he's adopted, if things happen there, it seems like it's going to happen in a couple of years. Maybe more than 200 rugrats running around. My pets, do my bidding, spread my seed. This world will be mine. Gotta have a couple bad apples in and among those, right? Yeah, there are 200 kids, you know, 35 of them were just kind of, yeah, we're like, yeah, ignore those ones. Those were the test runs. At least you know all his boys are likely going to live in Tellus. Yeah. Makes sense. What happens if you made a vampire in one of the beastkin? Can the baby eat, or does the baby have to drink blood? And do baby vampires drink blood? Or does that mean that, like, female vampires don't have breasts because they don't need to feed their young milk because their young would have blood? Or is that, like, they still do? They still feed milk even though they use blood? And then because they're not born with teeth, maybe? I don't know. I'm just thinking because, like, blood is technically still a liquid. So you could technically feed the baby vampire blood, right? Or is it a different metabolism structure? Or is that something you've thought of, Sean? Because he's married to a vampire now, so he's going to have a kid with a vampire. So what's that half human, half vampire going to be like? That's interesting, too. Vampire Batkin, most likely. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's a great theme to work with, right? Mary's eyes snap to me. Magic? You'd still use the nipples, but start as colostrum like us, then releasing blood through the nipples. That would be my guess. Makes sense. I could definitely get behind that, Sean. Easy explanation right there. And then you have that in the conflict of all of the beastkin can basically breastfeed any of the babies, but the vampire babies can only be breastfed by the single vampire mother. Mary's eyes snapped at me. Magic? I nodded my head. On her world, yes, and I think that's the best world for us to live in most of the time, especially while you're pregnant. Jesus, cleaner air, no dangerous technology, and Tessa can use her magic there. We just need to walk back through the trees and out through the ones from her world to get there. Colostrum is basically just antibodies. The breast would be smaller in general because instead of being lumps of fat, they would be mostly blood sacs. Makes sense. Small titty, tall elf vampire women? Fuck yeah, I'm 100% in, Sean. Where do I sign up? Here, take my dick. Have my cock. Take it. Take my cock. We should do that after dinner. It's the same house no matter what. But while we're in my world, I can check you and the baby with my magic and fix any issues that have come up. Stress isn't good for mothers or their babies, and I'm sure you're stressed, no matter how well you hide it. Mary turned on me. How can you claim to love any of these women when there's so many of them? Most men can't even love one woman properly. You'd love Marta's world, because all the women are doms by natural inclination. Hell yeah, Sean. Dommy mommy world. Because when most people fantasize about Dommy mommy, they think massive tits. But I'm an itty bitty titty committee dude. I don't know. Something about the itty bitties. You know. Tis what it. Nothing wrong with massive tits. It's just I like smaller tits better. And you can be dumb over one of the guys too. Get all in one. There's so many of them. Most men can't even love one woman properly. I shook my head. It's easy when the women take care of their own emotional care the same way I do. Ones from Kirena's world, where we are now, they're used to fighting tooth and nail for a chance to be bred because men are rare. Only the borders are open and men from Earth can travel to other worlds. Things might change slightly, wouldn't be surprised for America, at least to acknowledge multiple partner marriages after this, since it's what happens in the other world. Once married there, it's binding on Earth too. What about you all? Are you really happy sharing him? Mary was clearly struggling to accept this multi-party marriage. Nayla answered, Dear Sister Mary, for us this is the most amazing relationship we could ever have. We don't have to pay for a chance at getting pregnant. James does that for free and enjoys it, unlike the men of our world. Karena answered next. It's much the same for my world, though it's only because men are so badly outnumbered. I feel sorry for Cressa. She was... what was it? She's what you'd think of as a centaur. She's great and all, and her upper body is nice enough, I trailed off. Oh, yeah, that. I just can't even picture that working. Mary almost looked disgusted with herself. Yeah, pretty much. Unfortunate, but it is the way that it is. Now, in modern writing, Sean, it would be the other way around, and the main character would be a woman, and the centaur would be male, and we're not going to go there. But that's literally what we're talking about today. The degeneracy in books. Asmongold reacting to a shoe-on head video. We're getting a three-way react here, guys. Yeah, adding in Mary recapping pretty much on everything, giving this nice little emotional connection, showing a little bit of Mary's backstory, getting into how, you know, the other worlds treat things, and now James has finally found someone. I'm sure Cressa will get an Earth military man. It's just going to take time. Yeah. What else was I gonna say? Like her anger into like sadness and kind of like resignation and like relief is like a I don't know if it happens too fast, but it's definitely an up and down journey. Oh, then Cressa will introduce him to her fawn friend, and then there will be 3. Of course. Because how could it not? Right? Alright, well, if no one else has any other stories, then we should be able to move on to the Wheel of Time. Oh, we're gonna add in a sec here. Yeah, so it's a good way of introducing the character, and it's maybe there'll be some mermaids in Corinna's world that will migrate to Mara's world in order to join the Coast Guard in clearing oceans. Ooh, cleaning oceans? Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. Hell yeah. Capitalize on that shit. Oh, hinting at Mary and the dude being like, yo, hit it off. Because, yeah, I'm guessing Mary's ex, whatever she was running away from, ain't what was having no funds up in there. Not a good time. So, the hysterical side, I thought yesterday's chapter was going to introduce Big Sister. But, kind of fell apart. Father died in an accident. Yeah, the parents are dead, right? I don't know how the mom died. Probably earlier or something like that, right? And it was like pretty recent. So that was like reasoning for James to move out into the treehouse and be like, I'm basically like moving out of the city. Gotta get my head straight kind of idea, right? Yeah, both their parents passed away, but Mary's baby's father died in an accident. So she's really ripped apart emotionally. Oh, the baby daddy died. Oh, see, I thought she was like running away from the baby daddy. So I guess I misinterpreted that. James said he hated to say it, but he hoped the guy died in an accident, because otherwise he's going to be really furious. Then Mary nodded. That's why Mary was depressed, to reconnect, desperate to reconnect with James. Okay, then that's really just badly worded, I think, Sean, because that makes it sound like the guy did something bad, not if the guy did something bad. I don't know. Like, it seems so contradictory to me. Like, to me, that sentence just means the guy was a bad guy and James hopes the guy died. Doesn't mean the guy actually died. And then Mary's like, yeah, he's an asshole. And that's why. So it's like the. Maybe clarify that? I don't know if that's just me, but like reading that is like you just assume the guy is an asshole, and then when Mary nods, it's like, okay, well, he is an asshole. Not nodding to the fact that the guy died in the accident, but that he's an asshole. So, I don't know. Maybe a little bit of clarity there, because I didn't get that. That probably would have changed the mood of the story in the idea of sadness. James didn't know the guy at all, so for his sister to show up on his doorstep in tears, either death by accident or the guy is trash. Yeah, but then when Mary nods, I don't feel like she confirms that the guy is trash. She's like, yeah, I hope he dies in a fucking accident. I don't know, she said, no, he did die in an accident. So that was probably a miscommunication on my end. But all in all, definitely solid.